This story will scare you because it tells the banality of evil. A day like any other can be turned into an horror movie. My name is Black Praline and I tell black stories. Tuesday, March 26, 2002. Paola is a 24-year-old girl. As every morning she wakes up, has breakfast, and starts driving a brand new car, a graduation gift from her parents. Paola has a degree in economics and works in an accountant office. As every morning she drives along the A4 into Capriate. The girl is in the area between Dalmine and Capriate when something breaks the peace of the day she has just begun. Paola hears a sudden dull metallic noise. Something hit their car. She doesn't immediately understand where it's coming from, and she's frightened, but continues to keep her hands firmly on the wheel. Paola gets nervous. The car is new and doesn't even have a scratch on it. Afterwards, everything seems clear to her. A pebble hit the body of her car and came from the load of a truck that is carrying pig iron and sand. The truck driver better pay me for the damage, because it's a really stupid way to ruin the car body. The girl decides to overtake the truck and plays the horn to attract the attention of the man she sees at the wheel. His name is Roberto Paribello. He's 32 years old and lives with his family in Verdellino, 24 kilometers from Torre Boldone, where Paola lives. The driver pulls over his truck, and so does Paola with her car. The girl and the truck driver take a look at the car body, and Paola makes him notice the bump caused by a pebble fallen from his truck. Nobody knows what they say to each other. Nobody heard, nobody saw. While the truck driver looks for the forms for the car accident report, Paola calls the office and just says that she will be late because of a problem with the car. She doesn't add anything else. She also called her parents and her boyfriend to tell them the same thing. That day, however, Paola will never get to the office and will not return home. During the evening, her parents, Laura and Luigi, after having searched in vain for their daughter, file a missing person report. Her boyfriend, Simone, is hurt by the investigators. Paola is terrified and breathes hard. Her family turn to a television broadcast dealing with missing person and make an appeal. Few hours after the disappearance of Paola, her car is found, and however it seems to have no problem. The car was found in a lay-by between Dalmine and Capriate. Investigators suppose that Paola might have committed suicide, but there are no traces of her body, and she seems to have literally dissolved into thin air. 3 days later, a farmer saw a body in a dry canal near Marne di Filago. It is Paola's corpse. From that moment on, the investigation continues for murder. Paola has been strangled and is thought to be a passionate motive. Her boyfriend and colleagues are put under pressure, but nothing concrete is found. How is it possible this girl disappeared for no reason and has been killed and thrown like a broken doll bound and gauged? The investigation focuses on the phone call in which Paola talked about the problem with the car, but the car has been analyzed, and the only unusual details is that little bump on the bodywork. The frightening silence surrounding Paola's death is broken one day by the sound of a message, which warns that the girl's phone has been turned back on. Someone tried to turn on Paola's phone, and the phone left a very important trace that leads the investigators to a house in Verdellino, near Bergamo. Cops knock on the door of that house, intimating the man who lives there to follow them. His name is Roberto Paribello. He's 32 years old, and is a truck driver. Investigators ask him why he has a phone that turns out to belong to another person. Paribello said that he found that phone and gave it to his wife as a gift. But after a few hours, Paribello confesses the murder, and his confession makes the blood run cold. Not even a mystery novelist could have thought of a story like this. This confession sounds like an horror movie. On March 22, that girl pulled me over. She said I had damaged the bodywork of her car, so I got into the truck to get the accident report forms. While she was filling the form, I unintentionally grazed her leg, and she became furious. She started telling me that she was going to report me for harassment. And so I grabbed the handcuff that I always carry with me and pushed her into the cab of the truck. She kept screaming, so to make her stop, I stuffed her mouth with rags. Like a horror movie, Paola finds herself bound with gags as Paribello continues his day of delivering to local quarries. To unload sand, the man does not even need to get out of the truck. He finishes his deliveries in the evening and returns home. Paola's agonist continues. She is still there in the truck cab and knows that no one will find her. Paribello gets home and gives his wife Paola's phone. He tells her that he found it somewhere. During the night, however, he leaves and goes to Marne di Filago to get rid of the girl's body. Paribello is charged with premeditation, since from the moment of kidnapping he decided he would kill her. He is also charged with the trivial reasons and the aggravation of cruelty and mistreatment. He is charged with the theft of a gold ring, of a pair of glasses, of a pair of boots, and the girl's phone. In addition, Paribello is charged with concealment of a corpse. The man has always claimed that he killed Paola because he had lost his mind after the girl's accusation that she would report him for harassment. Paribello denies premeditation. After a psychiatric report, Paribello was found to be partially mentally defective at the time of the crime. However, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. The story of Paola Mostosi sounds like an horror movie. She was killed just because she was walking by at the time. Paola was in the wrong place, in the wrong time. It is a scary story, because Paola could have been you.